Hello Heavy Metal Maidens and Masters, I'm Heavy Metal Momma and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a bit different today. I'm in my bathroom. I'm going to be dyeing my hair. Now I'm using a completely new dye today. I am using Lunar Tides. I've never used Lunar Tides before. My Manic Panic Amplified doesn't work anymore. They've changed the formula. The EU formula sucks, so I'm trying Lunar Tides. Right, so we're going to do a strand test first. We are going to do Lunar Tides True Lust on its own for one strand test. True Lust, 3 parts True Lust to 1 part Cranbaby, which is this pot here. 3 parts True Lust to 1 part Fuschia Pink, which is this one here. And then we are doing what is essentially 6 parts True Lust to 1 part Cranbaby to 1 part Fuschia Pink, which is in this pot here. And I want to see how it comes out because I'm not quite sure how red it's going to be, etc. So I'm going to do 4 different strand tests. We're going to see how it is, and then I'm going to dye my hair the following day. So, okay, so we've done the strand test, we have washed out the strand test, we have dried the strand test. So we have just True Lust on its own, which is too orange for me. It's quite light. This is why I thought it needed deepening up. This one is True Lust with the Fuschia. This is True Lust with the Cranbaby, and this one is True Lust with a bit of Cranbaby and a bit of Fuschia. This is my favourite. I think it's got the deepened tone, so it's darker than this, but it's also got that Fuschia in it, which just gives it a bit more, just a bit more of a slight pink undertone as well, which I really like. So I'm definitely going to mix all 3 together when I dye my hair tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. So that was the strand test. As you can see, the best one was definitely the mixture of all 3, but I think it actually could do with being a little bit darker. So I am going to do 4 parts True Lust to 1 part Pink Fuschia and 1 part Cranbaby. Okay, so I have my pots of dye, I have gloves, I have little brushes, I have so many clips, so many clips. I love watching Emily Boo doing her Get Ready With Me when she dyes her hair. I can't do that. I can't sit on my sofa and dye my hair. I'm sorry, the scientist in me wants to do it scientifically, hence why I have scales to weigh out my dye, and I have newspapered the whole room. I can't sit in my sitting room and put hair dye on my hair. My OCD won't let me, so join me. So I've got my mixing tub here and my scales. It's got a lovely, really fresh smell. Reminds me of like men's deodorants and things. I'm only doing 1 colour at a time because the shade name is only on the lid of this stuff. So that's 40 grams of Cranbaby, 40 grams of Fuschia, 160 grams of True Lust. Ta-da! Right. I'm going to give it a mix. I very deliberately kept the empty pot because then I can put any of this mixture that's left in the pot, and I measured it out, weighed it out, so that if I run out I can just make some more of the same mixture rather than having most of my hair one colour and another part of my hair a slightly different colour. So been there, done that. So, there we go. It smells lovely. Cool. Let's get sectioning. I have my trusty brush. As you can see, I am in my dyeing clothes. Basically, I save old leggings and tops and things that are knackered, or that I just don't wear anymore. Usually it's leggings with holes in, and they become my dyeing clothes. Brilliant, because I've already slopped some on my leg. Massage it in. So I've not tried Lunar Tides before. I thought I'd give them a go. There's not much information online about them, to be honest. They seem to be well, some of the videos on YouTube of people using them are a few years old, but I've not heard of them. And there's very few videos, but some of them do seem to be kind of old. So there we go. Get the excess off. Ta-da! Told you it'd look like Bjork. There you go. And there's the back. I've cleaned the sink, etc., because there was a lot of red. I use this stuff, which has got bleach in it, because the red stains. So that stuff's really good. It will take all the colour out of your clothes though, so be careful with it, hence the shitty old clothes. I'm gonna put one of these incredibly delicious things on. There we go. I'm feeling ultra sexy. I'm gonna leave this an hour and then I'm gonna rinse it off and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been on for an hour. Well, it's been on for like nearly 2 hours actually, but never mind. I've had a delicious roast dinner in between. Yum, yum, yum. Now it's time to rinse it out. I'm not going to film that, so I'll see you when I've blow dried it. Well, heavy metal maidens and masters, what do you think? I love it. I love it. It's so red. Look at it. It's even made all the greys on top go red. Obviously I've got the little bit of the halo on the scalp, which will go when I next wash my hair. But it looks beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I washed it out with as cold water as I could stand. It was so cold, it made my head ache. It was so cold. And then I gave it a very, very quick shampoo, just because my hair needed a shampoo. So yeah, I used a very minimal amount of shampoo and then lots of conditioner to keep it in good condition. But I am absolutely thrilled with the colour. So I can't wait to see how it behaves when I start washing it and stuff. So I will of course do an update video as soon as I know how well it lasts. But I love the colour. It's a beautiful deep, deep red. Definitely recommend it. It smelt delicious. It went on really well. It was slightly thinner than Directions or the Manic Panic, which actually I found made it easier to use because the consistency wasn't quite so jellified. So I found it much easier to spread on. Sometimes I find the, well, both the Directions and the Manic Panic Amplified it's a bit difficult to sort of move it down the shaft of your hair. So I liked the fact that it was a little bit thinner. I've got loads left. I mixed up 240 grams worth of dye, which is the equivalent of 2 pots, because a pot is 118 grams. So it was the equivalent of 2 pots worth of dye, and I've probably got over half a pot left. So all this hair, it was a pot and a half. And I have got incredibly thick hair. The hairs themselves are fine, but the quantity of hairs on my head is ridiculous. Whenever I used to go to my hairdresser and she would bleach a couple of stripes and dye my hair, it would take her an hour longer than she thought it was going to. Every time I'd say to her, remember to book me in for an extra hour, and she'd be like, oh no, it'll be fine, and she'd have to phone up her next client and say, can you come in a bit later? This client's taking ages. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I will of course give you an update as to the longevity of it, but the colour vibrancy, the ease of application, the smell, everything like that so far, definitely 10 out of 10. Really like this brand, really like this colour. So of course I will keep you updated. Let me know what you think. Do you like the colour? Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Let me know in the comments what you use to dye your hair. Have you used Lunar Tides? I have never heard of them before. I literally found them through, there was a comment on a Facebook post that somebody said about they wanted to dye their hair blue, and somebody said I used the Lunar Tides blue and it wouldn't come out, which made me go, ooh, it obviously lasts. So let me know your experiences if you've used Lunar Tides down in the bottom, or if you've used any other brand. One of my friends, Kate, we dye our hair the same sort of colour. She's used something by Guy Tang, but I couldn't get hold of any of it. It seems to be you can only get it if you're a hairdresser, and even in Sally's I couldn't find it. So again, let me know your hairdressing secrets if you have, and if you're a hairdresser, let me know your thoughts, etc. I'd love to know all about it. So remember to like this video. It'd be really handy if you can give me a thumbs up, comment below as I've said. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that you can find out whenever I upload. And remember people, stay heavy.